Okay, so this video it's about my thoughts of the performance of these mini crawler, the Trailfinder 24. I found me a construction site, and it had a bunch of dirt and some um, I don't know, grounded concrete. And I said to myself, well, let's test it right here. I would prefer to be like out on the rocks or something, but I was actually working, so no way. Right there, I think I got I got stuck, and I'm not sure if I was standing right there or I was squatted, and I'm just trying to rock myself left to right, back and forward to see if I could move, and I think I couldn't. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, I was standing, so that I couldn't really tell what was going on at that moment, why I got stuck and stuff. But um, I think that once again I had to reposition the vehicle. And I think at that point, that's when I realized that, you know, everything was getting hung up on the pumpkin. And I said to myself, well, I guess, if I have bigger tires, it will do better. So I was trying to go slow, but since it was getting caught on everything, I was like, maybe if I go a little faster, it won't. And it was this area right here. It was a mix of rocks and mud, but the mud was like a hard mud. So that's my little figure. I went back at it. Because I wanted to see how it articulates, the flex and stuff. Who doesn't love some flex? So once again, everything getting caught on the pumpkin. Try to go slow, make it look scale. And this is where the fun started. Right here, It was a muddy section, and right there it wasn't. Uh-oh. I'm gonna need help. It wasn't that much of a side healing, but the problem was that it was so muddy and slippery because of the green stuff that it just made me roll. And I had a bit of a hard time right there because the soil, the dirt was like so soft that if I stepped on it, my foot was getting started to sink a little bit. And I was like, okay, so gonna be in trouble if I keep going this way. So I found a little stick and I got on top of that thing, and it wasn't it wasn't easy because I was trying to record. I'm using a Samsung Note 20, so that phone is humongous, and then the remote that this vehicle comes with is humongous. So I had both on one hand and then the other one, with that stick. So right there, my tires started getting muddy and stuff, and off I go once again. So I repositioned myself and I was like, okay, let's do this once again. But this time coming back towards me, not going away. So I was like, okay, let's pick a difficult line, because I want to think that I built this for difficult terrain, and right there I could tell that it's because of the muddy tires, and of course the steep angle that I couldn't make it. But I was like, okay, no, don't get discouraged. This thing is tiny but mighty. Tiny but mighty. Okay. And I'm sliding, and right there I'm coming to like a 45 side healing. I've seen this video quite a few times, so I just kind of like forward where I know I'm taking longer. I don't know if I've mentioned, but I switched the motor to a 150 RPM. I think the one that comes stock in the vehicle, it's a 300, I think, but I'm not too sure. I read it somewhere, and it was faster. You couldn't really couldn't really have a slow throttle control, and I didn't like it. So that's why I went with a low gear motor, and I was, yeah, I guess I was satisfied with it. I know I wish I could go a little faster while going slow when I need to, but unless you have a Fury Tech in this thing, then I'm not sure that you can achieve that. Or unless you had the two-speed transmission that Orlando Hunter makes, which I know you can put it in this vehicle because I've seen pictures of it. But I don't know. I guess you have to do like a lot of modding, or maybe not. Who knows? I guess I wouldn't know until I, have it in my hands. You hear the motor from the servo is the AS1 servo, the one that comes on the SCX24. It was a little bit funny, the fact that we take that motor out of the SCX24 because it's a weak motor, and replace it with an upgrade. But in this case, we take that motor and, well, at least I took this motor and used it as an upgrade to this vehicle. The servo that comes on this one, I didn't like it. It was loud. It sounded like I was grinding dirt or sand, and I was like, man, this servo is sick. I don't think it's a healthy servo. So I replaced it to this one, and when I did, I was like, wow, what a difference, because before when I tried to move the wheels and tires left and right, I couldn't move them left and right just with my hands while the car was off. And once I replaced to the AS1, to the AS1 servo, I was able to move the wheels left and right just with my hands while the vehicle was off. And I was like, okay, so this is better. And right here, I couldn't make it. I couldn't get past this obstacle. So I was like, I need something, because I don't want to just keep, reposition the vehicle with my hands. So I was like, if I had a winch or a sand, like a sand ladder, I guess I would use that. So since I didn't have any of those things, I was like, let's improvise. So let's pretend that this leaf is a sand ramp. Yeah, there you go. So right here, I'm trying to pick this other line, and same deal. I was able to make it, but not all the way. Once again, because of the rocks getting hung up on the pumpkin, and you can tell that it's just the dirt is like so loose that you can't really do much. So I was like, this will be perfect time to have that winch, or have a winch. So I tried, I couldn't. Fast forward, then this is another line that I tried to do. And same deal, I was able to make it just to a certain degree. Once again, all the dirt, just spinning and spinning. So I was like, okay, let's try the third one. and right here it's a 45 degrees side healing, and I know you can't really tell in the video, but I was like, there's a chance I could flip, I could roll over, but I was kind of confident that I wasn't, because of the mods that I did to my trail finder. Different shocks, weights, wheel weights. So I was kind of confident that I wasn't gonna roll over. But once again, I tried and tried, couldn't. And in part it was the tires not having that much of a grip right now because of the mud. In part it was because, once again, the tires are so small that it wasn't tall enough to clear everything under the vehicle. And in part was that while I was trying my best to have a decent driving, I couldn't really concentrate too well because, once again, I had the phone in my hand, the remote in my hand. So it was a bit difficult. But I honestly feel that if I had those Wranglers right here, I would have been able to do slightly better. I'm not saying that was the solution to my problem right here, but I think it would have done better, along with the ramps and the winch. So at this point, I was contemplating what to use as a winch, and I was wearing a hoodie, and that cord that comes on your hoodie. I was like, I guess I'll use this somehow. I tried to take it off, but it wouldn't come off. So I was like, well, I guess I'll just pretend that, I'll make it work. And right there, I'm trying to use, once again, the leaves as a ramp. Just trying to improvise. And I was trying not to move the vehicle much, but still wouldn't work. So that's when I decided to do once again, trying to make it work, improvising. And it worked for a little bit, but I needed something else. So that was the first attempt, failed attempt. So I did a double wrap, and keep in mind that if I didn't have this bumper, I don't think I would have been able to get out of this mess. And of course, that's a mini C bumper. I made it fit somehow. I had to shave some of the sides.
Oh boy, believe it or not, that got me tired.
So yeah, I got tired because I was on my, kind of like squatting, trying to look at the vehicle closer, uh, keeping the car in shot while holding the big old phone, big old remote. And at that point, I noticed that I was losing power, and I was like, I wonder what happened, what's happening. But then I came to realize that it was approximately 30 minutes of me doing this whole thing since I started playing with it, and I was like, I think it's the batteries. The batteries were getting weaker, and because even though it's slow, I don't think it's that slow. So the struggle was real, but it was fun. I honestly had a smile at the end of this crawling session. And look at that. I mean, you wouldn't think that that's so bad, but you saw the video. You know, yeah, I wasn't like this when I first started playing. So if you, that this is where I went to my local hobby shop. They have a little course, crawling course. So if you don't know if you want to get this vehicle or not, I mean, I'll say get it. It is fun. It is fun. But keep in mind that to make it perform, um, you need to do a lot to it. I don't know if you noticed, but my car is sitting lower than what it comes stock, and I had to do a lot of mods. I had to, I had two different sets of shocks: the Orlando Hunter on the front, and then the SCX24 shocks on the back. I had to make new holes for the shocks, and I wish I had another one, to be honest, just to compare and see how it performs out of the box versus um, a modified one. So I when I took this vehicle out of the box, I went straight to modding it. I didn't play with it. I mean, yeah, I put it on the floor and I was like, okay, well, just tested it on the floor a little bit, but not crawling, no nothing. So it just went straight to being modded. So that's why I can really tell if it's performing better than stock or just way better than stock or what. But the side healing, the level of side healing that I am able to pull out of these, it's fairly decent. And the articulation, the way that the suspension moves and stuff, I'm happy with it. It moves kind of naturally. Yeah, the guy on the background was coughing, and I was like, okay, I hope he gets better. I mean, look how smooth it moves. The suspension and the tires and stuff. And I think you get to appreciate it more once you start making your own modifications to it, because you've made them. Even though the vehicle comes assembled and everything, once you start messing with it, it's you messing with it. So right there, I thought I was gonna, roll over, and I didn't. And I was like, okay, wow, it's planted pretty well then. Little body rubbing, but I had to switch to a black servo horn because I cannot stand those white servo horns. If you have a white servo horn in your vehicle, please do me a favor and at least paint it black. And right here, I wanted to test it. Okay, let's try the cycling because I want to see my mods in action. And this is more of a control environment where you're trying to crawl around and stuff, because as you can tell, it's concrete, and it doesn't shift left or right. It's more predictable, but in my defense, right there, it's because I'm holding the phone, trying to control the vehicle and stuff. I'm not an expert driver, but I guess I can defend myself. And actually, I don't have that much of experience crawling with vehicles, because my first crawler is a 1/10 scale rock bouncer, the G-Made GOM. That thing is huge, and but it's a rock bouncer, and so I don't go out to the mountains and stuff to crawl around. So I just go outside where I live, and I just race around a little bit. So I can't really say I have that much of experience crawling, but when I had the Mini Z, I took it out. That was my first mini crawler, the Mini Z, the 4Runner. Man, I fell in love with that thing. But that's a good old that's just as anyone else. You can't leave things alone, and not because you want to mess with it. It's just sometimes you're like, if you had a little more weight at the front, or if you had a little better tires, I know it could perform. Right there, I did that just so you can get some perspective of how much of a gap that is. On video sometimes you can't really tell. And then eventually I got me the C10. That was the second crawler I had, and of course I went crazy with the mods, and I was pretty pleased how it performs. Oh no! There you go. Right there, I don't know what I was trying to do. I guess I just wanted a closer shot, because it looks so cool. And for some reason I still get some rubbing, even though these are the smallest tires. So if you're not willing to mod it, I honestly don't think you're gonna get the performance um, that you want out of this tiny truck. When I bought it, like I said, I went straight to modding it. It took me around 2 weeks of messing around with it, of trial and error. And it took me 2 weeks because, of course, between work and everything, you just have a bit of a little bit of time here and there to mod things. And I almost flipped right there, so I was able to save it. And right there, I was like, I don't think I'll be able to make it at least go through this part right here, because I don't think it's meant for this scale. But have to try anyways. So try, couldn't. So I don't know if you watched it all. You probably forward a lot of it. If you want to get this vehicle, get it if you're willing to do all the mods in order for it to perform the way it does, as shown in this video. I think it performs pretty decent, but you need to mod it, I'll say almost heavily. You'll like it, but if you just leave it stock, I don't think you'll enjoy that much. I hope this video helped making that decision. If you want me to show you the mods, I'll be happy to open it up and explain what I've done. Thank you for watching.